A Madison woman calls it traumatizing. State Patrol calls it a misunderstanding. That woman is shaken after troopers held her at gunpoint thinking she was driving a stolen car. Jamie Perez looked into what happened. She's live here in studio having talked with the woman.
All right, well, Cassandra Smith told me that she was driving southbound on I-39 back in June. She was in a company car on her way to pick up a client to drop them off at a medical appointment. And that's when she said all of this went down, leaving her traumatized to this day.
DeForest 137.
One of our off-duty parking officers believes he's following a stolen car on the interstate.
Shortly after officers believed they were following a stolen car,
there was about 5 guns drawn, pointed at my window.
Cassandra Smith said she was left traumatized and confused.
They just started like yelling about 50 different commands at me. Turn the car off, get out, don't move. So I was just kind of wondering, how can I possibly do all of those commands and not move? If you move, we'll shoot. At this point, I was like really just preparing myself to take a shot.
Her passenger, Isaiah Johnson, said he tried to take out his cell phone and record what was happening.
I tried to attempt to record. The officers was like, about to shoot. Even if you try to reach for the phone, we're gonna shoot. Gonna shoot you. So I was scared for my life as well.
Guys, jump and turn around, walk that way and walk back towards me. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a direct order.
Smith said she was never told why she was being held until she was already in the back of the squad car.
We have a stolen vehicle.
That vehicle is not stolen.
Okay, on our system it comes back stolen.
I am not in a stolen car. That is a business company car, and I'll call my boss right now.
Officers let her make the call.
The cops have me in the back seat of their squad car saying that the company car is stolen.
They eventually got to the bottom of what happened.
Sometime in like March or April, okay, your boss had another employee, not you, actually take that car. So your boss...
We heard about that.
Your boss listed it as stolen.
He hasn't cleared that up yet?
No. That's what happened.
These guys pointing guns, like, do you know all the stuff that's going on in the news right now with black people being shot?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, they literally were like pointing guns. Oh my God.
It's a big misunderstanding.
I felt like all of my life up until then, they were to serve and protect, but who were they serving or protecting at this point?
We reached out to State Patrol for the dash cam video and an interview. The Department of Transportation provided the video and a statement saying these officers responded according to protocol. State Patrol policy also says if you're stopping a vehicle that is listed as stolen, in most circumstances you should handle that as a high-risk vehicle contact. The document explains that a high-risk vehicle contact happens when the officer's perception of danger is very high. Typically, these contacts involve multiple officers using guns.
That have been their policy. They need a new one.
Smith said she plans to take legal action soon.
So officers just go home at the end of the day and they're with their families like nothing even happened. But here, you know, you've impacted lives like drastically.
Smith also told me that right after this incident happened, she was let go from her job. I reached out to the company for comments. They have not yet responded to my request. But we asked State Representative Sheila Stubbs, who served on the Speaker's task force on racial disparities, how she felt about this incident. Here's what she had to say about that.
It is a crisis, and we've got to stop allowing these behaviors to happen. And when it happened, we must hold people accountable. We have to work on protocols, but we have to work on policies. We have to work on trainings.
Stubbs also said the task force on racial disparities came up with 18 recommendations for law enforcement for training and standards. Of those 18, 5 bills have passed and been signed into law.